is being called the world's first digital drug, a pill with a built-in sensor.
And while it's being hailed as a way to make sure patients take their medication, Dr. Max Gomez here to tell us it's also raising privacy concerns. Doc.
That's right, guys. The digital pill the FDA approved last night combines two existing products. One is a psychiatric drug, Abilify, long used to treat schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. The other is a tiny embedded tracking system that reports when a patient has taken his or her medication.
After giving birth to my third child, I had a nervous breakdown.
It took a while, but eventually Donna Israel was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Medications helped, but made her so tired she couldn't take care of her children, so she chose
taking care of my children or taking the meds, and I would opt to take care of my children, and what would happen, I would relapse and go right back in the hospital.
It's a common problem in medicine, is a patient adhering to their prescribed drug program.
As a physician, sometimes I'm not sure whether my patient has taken his or her medicine or not, and I might make an erroneous decision on that basis.
That's what these new digital pills are meant to address. They're called Abilify MySight, and believe it or not, these small pills have an embedded sensor in them, no larger than a grain of sand. Once a sensor hits the stomach, it emits a faint signal that's picked up by a receiver patch that's worn on the abdomen. That patch relays a signal to a mobile device, indicating exactly when the patient took their medication.
That information is fed back to the patient and to the clinical team, and if the patient wishes, it can also be shared with a family member.
There's also an app that keeps track of that information, plus how the patient is feeling and other clinically important information. Psychiatrist Dr. John Kane took part in the clinical trials on Abilify MySight. He says if a patient doesn't take their meds,
it can lead to a relapse and sometimes even hospitalization. The more people experience relapses, it can become even more difficult to control the illness.
And Dr. Kane says preventing even one of those hospitalizations would likely more than make up for the added cost of the sensor and the drug. But there are also privacy issues, such as who gets access to a patient's medication history. And by the way, Donna is doing just fine now with a new cocktail of drugs and with the assistance of NAMI, which is a National Alliance on Mental Illness. She said that support has really made a big difference.